Know someone who thinks they're better than everyone else but flies off the handle at the slightest criticism? Your significant other brags seemingly 24/7, always knows the best way to do everything, and can't handle criticism. Sound familiar? You may be dating a narcissist. Let's first understand what is narcissism. Narcissism is extreme self-involvement to the degree that it makes a person ignore the needs of those around them. About 6% of the population has narcissistic personality disorder, NPD, which affects more men than women, 7.7% versus 4.8%, according to research published in the Journal of Clinical Psychiatry. An official diagnosis of narcissism can only be done by a doctor, but here are red flags to look out for. 1. They only like to talk about themselves. If you're dating someone extremely self-absorbed, your date night conversation will most likely revolve around his or her achievements, success, and interests. The narcissist will often appear bored when talking about you, or change the subject to focus on them, psychologists said. Sometimes they are good listeners, but only when it enhances their own needs and desires. 2. They want you to provide them with constant praise. Narcissists always want to be the center of attention and will expect to acknowledge their achievements, talents, and appearance at all times. Yes, even when you are at a social get-together. According to psychologists, your relationship may suffer if you don't dote on him or her. They may take offense if you show any sign of disapproval, disagree with what they say, or if you question how great they are. 3. They are demeaning towards other people. Egocentrics often obsess over the negative aspects of other people's lives. Even their close friends and family members may not be spared from the judgment. Narcissists often think they can do a better job than others, which reinforces the belief that they are always right. 4. They are sensitive and they overreact. When a narcissist's emotional needs aren't met, their reaction is often grandiose. According to psychologists, many narcissistic people may appear extremely angry or cry until the other person apologizes. 5. They lack empathy. Does your partner care when you've had a bad day at work, fight with your best friend, or scuffle with your parents? Or do they get bored when you express the things making you mad and sad? Narcissists lack the skill to make you feel seen, validating, understood, or accepted. Inability to empathize, or even sympathize, is often the reason why many relationships of people with NPD eventually collapse. 6. They gaslight you. Gaslighting is a hallmark of narcissism. People with NPD may tell blatant lies, falsely accuse others, spin the truth, and ultimately distort your reality. Here are signs of gaslighting include the following. You no longer feel like the person you used to be. You feel more anxious and less confident than you used to be. You often wonder if you're being too sensitive. You feel like everything you do is wrong. You always think it's your fault when things go wrong. You're apologizing often. You have a sense that something's wrong, but aren't able to identify what it is. You make excuses for your partner's behavior. And you often question whether your response to your partner is appropriate. 7. They can be charming and generous, sometimes. If it feels like everything switched after the honeymoon period, it may be true. Narcissists often make others feel special as they are welcomed into their world. But shortly after this initial stage, they become dependent on the relationship, and this dependency causes them to no longer be able to maintain the facade of genuinely caring for another. According to psychologists, you may be dating a narcissist if you feel like your partner doesn't hear you, won't understand you, doesn't ever try to compromise, and doesn't take responsibility for their part in an issue. Okay, So you're dating a narcissist, now what? You cannot change a person with NPD or make them happy by loving them enough or by changing yourself to meet their whims and desires. They will never be in tune with you, never empathic to your experiences, and you will always feel empty after an interaction with them. Narcissists can't feel fulfilled in relationships because nothing is ever special enough for them. The best thing you can do is cut ties with someone with NPD. Offer them no explanation, break up with them, and offer no second, third, or fourth chance.